Hey, what's up, everybody? Today we are talking some of the absolute craziest fan theories from the Back to the Future trilogy. So sit back, relax, be prepared to discuss, because when I pull up these fan theories, you're going to see some serious shit. So, Back to the Future is one of the greatest movies of all time, in my humble opinion. And with a movie like this that involves time travel, there are a lot of different theories you can piece together based on what happens and what doesn't happen. And I'm going to pull up an article in a minute, and we're going to talk about some of the craziest fan theories that are out there. That being said, guys, if you like talking movies, obviously I usually talk horror movies, but I'm trying to branch out a little bit, talk a lot more general movies. If you like talking movies, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, and I appreciate it. That being said, tell me down in the comments, guys, any fan theories for the Back to the Future trilogy you may have, and feel free to respond to any of these fan theories that I'm about to bring up right now. So, without further ado, let's do this. Alright, so I'm reading an article from Looper. It is titled, The Craziest Back to the Future Fan Theories That Change Absolutely Everything. I don't think you're supposed to read it like that, but for dramatic effect, it makes it better, in my opinion. All right, we're gonna skip the nonsense opening paragraph. Let's get right into the theories because I don't want to waste your time. Theory 1: Marty's parents knew he time traveled. I've heard this a lot. There's a lot of different theories. Let's read some of this. There's a lot of different ways this could go. It says, as the smoke cleared on the first Back to the Future film, a question quickly presented itself. How do Marty's parents not recognize him as the Calvin Klein Marty who was so significant in bringing them together? Aside from the physical resemblance, Marty name drops Darth Vader and references Spock's homeworld, Vulcan. Then there are winking at the audience moments, like when Marty asks his future parents to go easy on any future child of theirs who might accidentally set fire to the rug. One popular fan theory suggests that George came to believe at some point in his life that Marty was his son from the future. The advent of Star Wars and Star Trek, which George most certainly would most certainly adore given his love for all things sci-fi, would cause him to reflect. When their future child did set the carpet on fire, that would at the very least feel like a Nostradamus moment, and how could George not suspect time travel once the real Calvin Klein became famous? This is obviously one that's been out there a lot. It's just a question people have. How would they not know that's Marty? I mean, I get it. I get the question, right? Especially because of everything that's the article just referenced, as well as many other things. For me, I mean, are you really going to believe that, are you going to see Marty as he's growing up? Are you going to see him as this person? Are they going to see him, as their son? This is a guy that was in their life for a week. Did he play a significant role in them getting together? Hell yes. Are they going to remember him? Hell yes. But memories fade, and you're not just going to jump to the conclusion of, he must have been time traveling. I mean, I get it, and at its core, the theory makes sense, that George would figure it out, but I just don't buy it because, the human mind isn't just going to jump to time travel. I know we love all our conspiracy theories and all shit like that, but if someone actually said that, you're not gonna believe it. Especially like it's your kid. You're gonna see him grow up. You're not just gonna see, Marty from 1955 and then all of a sudden see Marty at 17. You're gonna slowly watch him grow up. So I get the theory, but I just don't buy it. Oh, here's a good one. Doc Brown kills Marty. The fuck is this about? Some Back to the Future fan theories can get pretty dark. For example, one suggests that Doc Brown had to kill Marty to prevent a paradox. Okay, this is getting dark. According to this theory, after the good doctor sent Marty into the past, Marty contacted the Doc Brown of 1955 in order to help him repair his future time-traveling invention. Before returning to 1985, Marty wrote Doc a letter warning him of his impending death at the hands of terrorists. All things we knew. Marty returned to the present day moments before his initial journey into the past. Doc was once again gunned down by the terrorists, the Libyans. But once he survived the attack because he had read Marty's letter, but he survived the attack because he read Marty's letter warning him. Furthermore, Doc now has an enduring memory of Marty in the past. He's waited decades for the moment that the Marty he talked to in 55 would return. Okay. According to this theory, the Marty that went to 1955 would then follow an infinite loop of returning to 85 and seeing his past self escape again, a loop Doc Brown closed by sending the second Marty into oblivion. I'm not going to continue reading here. That's a little dark. I don't like it. Okay, we'll see if I like any more. I'm not going to read every single paragraph of this, but that's an interesting one. Next one. Marty probably died at least once. Okay, Back to the Future 2, we know. Okay. While most viewers probably enjoyed the thrill of the moment when Doc Brown was hovering above the DeLorean, others considered a question it presents. How did Doc Brown know exactly when and where to find Marty? Okay, this is talking when Biff is chasing him in the car in Back to the Future 2. One fan theory argues that Marty is actually killed by Biff in this pursuit, and although Doc has a rule against interfering with time, he'd break it to save his friend's life. Knowing where and when Marty is fated to die, then Doc could travel to the right time and place to rescue him. Interesting. This is one I could buy. This is one I could actually buy. So Marty is getting the almanac back from Biff, right? And he gets kind of turned over on Biff's car, and Biff's, he's driving, whatever that Ford, 55 Ford or whatever the hell it is. I don't think that's what it is. But essentially, Doc puts the rope thing. It's not a rope, but the rope thing down for Marty to grab at the exact right time. How would he know that? Was it luck? Or does he know it? That's one I can buy. What do you guys think of that? Is that one you could buy? Back to the Future 2? Let me know in the comments. Marty changed how Doc perceived time. Inexplicably, Doc Brown went against all of his principles, repairing and reading the torn letter that Marty left him about his future. When Marty was confused by the change in Doc's outlook on negatively impacting the future, Doc simply responded, "I figured, what the hell?" It's such a great line. That's a non-answer, but if you think about it, it's easy to see how Doc had his change of heart. I agree. Excuse me. After Marty brought his parents together, he raced back to Doc in order to make his trip back to 85. He excitedly told Doc how everything worked and even explained that George had knocked Biff out with a killer right hook. Even though in the original timeline, his father had never stood up to Biff in his entire life. Doc closely examined the picture of Marty's siblings, seeing that it had been restored, and asked Marty, "Never?" In that moment, Doc seemed to brush it off. But according to one theory, after seeing Marty's family restored for the better, he hypothesized that altering the past doesn't always have to produce negative consequences. Freed of his worry, he repaired the letter. What the hell, right? This is one I buy. I think that is the reason Doc read the letter. Absolutely. I think it kind of helps bring Doc's arc about time travel and his feelings about, the space-time continuum. I think it kind of brings that full circle in the original film, at least. So that one I buy. All right, let's talk about this sports almanac. Gray's Sports Almanac. According to the rules of the Back to the Future universe, Biff's theft of the sports almanac and subsequent delivery to his younger self should have had all sorts of unpredictable ripple effects on the timeline. It's true. But one Redditor has explained how the almanac is nearly foolproof. Just as the picture of Marty and his siblings in the first film was altered based on the changing timelines, this theory suggests that the same would hold true for the almanac. If the outcomes listed in the original almanac were altered, the book would simply change to reflect that. That is a good point. And that's going to be the last theory we discuss here. But that is a really good point. All you got to do is get the almanac to your younger self. And because it's in that timeline, it will change just like Marty's picture did. That is a good theory. And that's some of the stuff you get into when you have a time travel movie. Even a time travel movie that's as exquisitely done as Back to the Future. So those are just a few of the theories I was reading earlier today, and I thought it'd be fun to make a video about it because, like I said, Back to the Future is one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know if I've ever met a person who doesn't like at least the original Back to the Future, and most likely the whole trilogy, because in my opinion, it's the best trilogy ever made. So tell me down in the comments, guys, do you have any Back to the Future theories that you'd want to discuss? Could help set the stage for some future videos for me, and I love hearing your guys' opinion. So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you next time.